I'm Clint, and welcome to Vibrance Episode 6, Watch Your Mouth. What you talk about says a lot about you. I am art educator and illustrator Clint Cearley, and here on Vibrance we tackle the habits, health, and attitudes that help us get ahead in our lives and in our pursuits, art in my case. And first thing is a book shout out to Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class by Keith Smith. I picked this book up about 10 years ago at a used bookstore for $8, and it was money well spent. So point number 2 is talking about this particular subject. I was rereading it recently, and I want to expand it into a couple of other things. So I do recommend picking that book up if you do come across it. So what do you talk about, and what does it say about you? He groups it into 3 particular areas: the poor, middle class, and millionaire. Now, these points don't just apply to income, but they could also apply to those who have small achievement, average achievement, or high achievement in any particular area. Each class talks about different things in their everyday conversations. So the poor income class, or people who have very small achievements in most areas, they talk about people, problems, and gossip. Some things as well. Middle class or average achievers will talk about events, things, and entertainment, while the millionaire or high achievers are more apt to talk about ideas, solutions, and opportunities. So what do you talk about a lot? And take time to reflect on that a little bit. Start listening to what people around you, your friends, your family, and your coworkers talk about. See, there's a big difference between talking about people, problems, and gossip. You know what that does? That takes attention away from you, right? It starts putting all the attention elsewhere so that you don't have to look at yourself or taking responsibility for you, because ideas, solutions, and opportunities are all about how you can resolve issues and grow in your life. But when you are focused on other people, you're shifting the responsibility over to them, and you'd rather watch them live their lives rather than do something with yours. Next point. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Now, this is ancient knowledge. This whole thing is not something that I've come up with recently. It's not something that Keith came up with. Think about a little kid, all right? If a little kid is obsessed with, let's say, space exploration. I personally like space, so we'll say that. Then he's going to get books on outer space and space travel and space stations, and he's going to learn about all the planets and the moons in the solar system. And the kid can just talk about it all the time. That you know where his heart is. You know where his head is. You know what he cares about. Those things will naturally come out of our mouths. Right? Whatever we care about, whatever we think about, whatever we're feeling, that's what we talk about. So let that reflect back. If you care a lot about growing and opportunities in your life, you're going to talk about those instead of other people. All right, next up, complaining. This is a big one. Starts coming into the challenge for this week. Complaining gives focus to problems. All right, problems will always come up. There's nothing that we can do to stop all problems from coming up. But do you give extra attention to them? Complaining gives your time and your attention, that is your focus, to problems. Now, what are you doing when you're doing that? You're not talking about solutions. As long as you're busy dwelling on the problem, you're not figuring out a solution to it. So pay attention to that. You can talk about a problem in order to work through it, in order to find a solution. That's very different. Complaining is just focusing on the problem. Poor me. Why does this happen? Oh, I can't believe I'm having to deal with this. And it's about your emotional reaction to it rather than what you're going to do to overcome it. And that's what we're here about. High achievers are a problem-solving idea crowd. So high achievers, millionaires, You know why they get to those high pinnacles of whatever their field is? Because they solved a lot of problems. They've jumped over a lot of hurdles. They've had to come up with a lot of ideas and solutions in order to reach that level. In order to reach that high level, they had to jump this one and problem solve this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem. They have solved more problems and found more solutions and engaged in more ideas than anyone else, and that's why they rise to the top. So we want to do the same thing. Next up, ideas are proactive. People and things are reactive. I sort of touched on that a bit earlier. See, people, problems, and gossip all is you reacting to the world around you rather than you influencing the world around you, and that's what you do through ideas, solutions, and opportunities. What you focus on expands. This goes for pretty much anything in life. Whatever you put your time and your attention and your effort into, that thing expands. Now, I'm working out right now, preparing for a Spartan race coming up, and I need to get stronger in some areas. So I am putting time into the gym. I'm putting focus into my diet. I'm putting focus into my education for my training. And you know what? That area is expanding. I'm getting stronger in that area, in those particular muscles that I'm working out. You put more time and attention into your relationship will likely improve. Put more time into a business, it will likely do better than if you take time away. This works in reverse. You put time and focus and attention on problems, on the problem itself, and the problems seem to expand. And you seem to have more problems, but you starve them and they seem to get less powerful. Problems are kind of like internet trolls. Be aware of them, but do not feed them. What do they want to be fed with? They want to be fed with your focus. They want you to talk about them. They want you to dwell on them. They want you to wallow in them and feel overcome by them. But don't do that. Recognize what they are. Understand what the problem is so that you can find the solution. But then, don't talk about it. And you will find that if you stop giving attention to problems, problems start shrinking. You starve them. They don't get as strong. And you find that they just don't have as much bark as they used to. They don't all go away, but it's easier to get past the little ones later. All right, that is the main content, but the challenge for this week, we're not all talk here. We do want to put stuff into practice. The challenge for this week, no complaining. No complaining. We are not going to give attention to the problem trolls. You have to pay $1 to anyone who catches you complaining. And also just be aware. All right, I'm going to challenge you to also be aware of what you're talking about on a consistent basis. Are you talking about movies and entertainment, the last show you were watching? Are you gossiping about celebrities or other friends or family? Or were you talking about ideas of how you can increase your ability, how you can reach more people, how you can increase your numbers in whatever field? And also pay attention. I challenge you to pay attention to the people around you. Listen to their conversation, because they will very likely let you know by the nature of their conversation where their heart is and where the direction is in life. Thank you for watching. I'm Clint Cearley. I will catch you next Wednesday at the live stream, probably 6 or 7 p.m. streamed here on Swatch's channel. Check out the Facebook group for confirmed times. That is www.vibrance.group to join there, talk with us on the channel, get up-to-date information. Thank you for watching. See you next time.